Hello everyone and welcome to Eagle Game Day. I'm Kid Richardson.
And I'm Grace Esquivel. Last Friday, the Eagles played their last regular season game against McKinney Boyd, but were able to keep their winning streak going, falling short to the Broncos 35-7. This loss is partly due to junior quarterback Harrison Rosar not playing. What did you think of the Eagles last week?
The Eagles just didn't look good. They've looked good the last couple of weeks, but last week wasn't a very good game. Like you said, Rosar didn't play, so the backup quarterback, sophomore quarterback, Nate Timbar, did get the start, and he threw for 7 for 14 on 74 yards, 50% completion rating, and it just wasn't very good. He threw 2 picks, and the Eagles had 4 turnovers. He also did fumble in the red zone in the fourth quarter, and Caleb Miles did muff a punt. So the Eagles' offense just really wasn't able to get going.
It really wasn't. This has not been the Eagles' offense that we've been seeing the last couple of weeks, so hopefully things change tonight. It's important that Prosper puts this loss behind them as they head into the playoffs. I mention every week how the Eagles have really improved throughout the season, and this especially shows with Rosar. In the first 6 games of the season, Rosar had 11 TDs and 6 interceptions. For the last 3 weeks prior to last week's game, Rosar only had 10 TDs and 1 interception. He is just getting more and more consistent and accurate and with connecting with his receivers. What do you expect from Prosper heading into the playoffs?
I feel as if the Eagles have a top-tier receiving core in this state. First, you have Houston Hawkins, who has the ability to make a really big play deep. He has the deep threat ability, has the size, speed, and he's just able to make a play whenever. Then you have Tyler Bailey, who is, a very versatile player, been able to do it on the run and in the pass. You see a lot of jet sweeps and a lot of screens to him. And when he gets an open field, it's just unstoppable. And then you have Hunter Summers, who throughout the year has really become one of the top-tier wide receivers for the team. He, in the clutch, really is able to come through, and it's been a great season for him.
For sure. Both senior wide receivers, Tyler Bailey and Houston Hawkins, have 35 catches this season. Bailey has 768 yards with 9 TDs, and Hawkins has 773 yards with 8 TDs. There's also junior wide receiver Hunter Summers, who has 25 catches for 401 yards and 5 touchdowns. These receivers are the focal point of Prosper's defense, so I'm expecting to see a lot of these 3, mainly Bailey and Hawkins tonight. Who do you think we are going to be relying on in aspect of the defense?
Well, Caleb Miles is always someone you're going to have to rely on, especially with this Marcus very good offense and a very good passing game. Caleb Miles is going to have to have a great game tonight. You're also going to have to rely on Carson McClendon. He seems like he's all over the field. Every play starts with Carson McClendon. He's all over it. And also, Dylan Henshaw, he's had a 28-yard touchdown on a fumble recovery in the second quarter, which was the Eagles' only touchdown. So, he's really good in the pass rush, and we should see a lot of him tonight.
The first round of the playoffs will be a rematch from last year as the Eagles go head-to-head with Flower Mound Marcus, the District 6 6A champs, for the 3rd consecutive year. Marcus secured the top district spot last Friday with a win over Plano East 47-13, which is also why Marcus gets the home advantage tonight. The Martyrs are 8-2 overall and 6-1 in district. Even though Marcus is higher than Prosper in their division standings, they are ranked below the Eagles in every other way. Marcus is 38th in Division 6A, while Prosper is 26th.
Yeah, Marcus is 8-2 and 6-1 in district, and also won their district, like you said, and that's why they're getting home field advantage. Their offense is very good. They have a really balanced rushing game and a really amazing passing game. They really rely on a lot of their passing, so that's going to be a big part. And the Marauders' defense is also very elite. There's a lot of people just talk about their offense, but their defense is able to make play after play to stop the opponent's offense.
There's no doubt that Marcus is strong on both sides of the ball. Marcus's leading wide receiver and defensive back, senior Dallas Dudley, recently broke the school's all-time career receiving yards record of 2,452. Dudley has 6 TDs this season, 2 of which came from last Friday against Plano East. Even though Dudley is the career receiving yards leader, I think the real threat is junior wide receiver Ashton Cozart, who has 9 touchdowns this season. The 4-star recruit is ranked 259th nationally and holds 25 offers, including some from Alabama, Oregon, Oklahoma, and many more Power 5 schools. Marcus is a big passing school, but we can't count out their run game.
Yeah, their running game is very slept on. A lot of people talk about their passing game, but senior running back Walker Wells is the man in the running back spot. Last week he had 49 yards and a touchdown on 7 attempts, so the Eagles not only have to try to stop the passing game, but also stop this very good rushing game.
Marcus has not 1 but 2 quarterbacks who are guaranteed to dominate tonight. Senior starting quarterback Jackson Warren went 13 for 19 in pass attempts last Friday and typically competes more than 65% of his throws each game. This is Warren's first year starting, and the first game he actually started in was against the Eagles in the playoffs last year. Marcus's other quarterback, sophomore Cole Welvier, is a 4-star athlete who is currently ranked 92nd nationally and already holds 4 offers to play at the next level. Marcus is just as powerful on defense as they are on offense and has notched either an interception or forced fumble almost every single game except for 2. What are your concerns about Marcus's defense?
Like you said, their defense generates turnovers at a very high rate. When you're able to, get turnovers in 8 of your 10 games, your defense is very good. And the Eagles should be really concerned. And I think Harrison Rose is going to have his, work cut out for him tonight.
I agree. I think that we are really going to be able to rely on the Eagles' offensive line. We're going to need to be seeing a lot of them tonight. Tonight, we are also going to need to see a lot of junior defensive back Carson McClendon, who has already more than 60 tackles this season in order to keep Marcus's offense in check. What else does Prosper need to make happen in order to secure a spot in the next round of the playoffs?
Offensive consistency. The offense has to be consistent, and one of the keys to doing that is really getting the run game going. Malik Daly and Marcellus Toombs are going to have big games tonight against that Marcus defensive line, and also limit the turnovers. I mean, if you're having turnovers, you're throwing having 4 turnovers a game. It's not going to be a winning game. I think the turnovers are going to have to be limited. And also, the defense is going to have to limit the big plays. Boyd had a touchdown on the first play last week, and I think they're going to have to limit those big plays with an elite passing. You're going to have to stop Dallas Dudley and Ashton Kozart, which are 2 really big threats on the offensive side for Marcus.
Marcus is really a team that starts playing more in the second half, so it's going to be interesting to see how these 2 teams match up. Tonight, my eyes are on Bailey. He's had a great senior season, and I think we'll be seeing him connect with Rosart quite a few times in Flower Mound. Hawkins is not to be counted out. He's right up there with Bailey, so these 2 are going to be dominating the field tonight. Who are you expecting to see a lot of?
I mean, like you said, Houston Hawkins. He's been quiet the last couple weeks, it seems like, but I expect him to have a big night tonight. I think when Rosar, the defense is pressuring him, I think he's going to have to rely a lot on Houston Hawkins, a lot of the big play ability he has. So I think we're going to see a lot of Hawkins. And another guy is Caleb Miles. With Marcus relying a lot on the passing, he's going to be matched up with Dallas Dudley, and I think that's going to be a must-see matchup.
Marcus is a team that consistently forces their opponents to punt and creates turnovers on defense, so Prosper needs to be on their best tonight in order to send Marcus packing just like they did last year in the first round of the playoffs.
That's all we have for you today. Once again, I'm Kate Richardson.
And I'm Grace Esquivel. Thanks for tuning in to Eagle Game Day.